Aloha, this is Jonathan, and this is a VR to the Hermit's Cave expose he had this morning of tarot books. Not books that come with the kit, but books you'd buy on the side. I have quite the pile here myself, so where do I even start? Okay, well, I'll start with these because these are a little different than the rest. They are books specifically for the Tarot de Marcel. So you have the How to Read Tarot cards by Doris Chase Dewan and King Keys. And it's, this is, I don't really read with Marcel, but if you do want to learn about it, this is a great book. And the Understanding Tarot is another one. Both of them are specifically for Tarot de Marcel. If you are more into Rider-Waite system, which I actually really enjoy the Rider-Waite system, we have, of course, the classic, The Pictorial Key to the Tarot by Arthur Edward Waite himself. Oh, excuse me, I think I need to sneeze. Oh no, just sneeze tickle. Oh, that's obnoxious. Okay. There's the 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack. This is an incredible book. This goes into so much detail for every card. It's amazing. And then I also have the Instant Tarot Reader, which is one of the ones that Simon talked about. And so it has the write-up. You have the Magician, energy, and then you, what surrounds you, what blocks you, your foundation, what's behind you, what grounds you. So it's basically what each card would be in the let's see, do they have it here? It's basically what each card would be if you were doing well, they break it down a little more into like the 1 card question, 3 card questions, and then this is the main thing, is the Celtic cross. So each of these would basically be like the Empress, and then what she means in the first position, second position, etc. So that's great if you do the Celtic cross. Not everyone does. My very first Tarot book is actually Tarot Plain and Simple. That was the one that you can see like the laminates peeling because I use this deck so much. The book so much. And it's actually, the illustrations are I'm having a brain fart. Oh right, the Robin Wood Tarot, which was my go-to for many, many years. I got the Robin Wood Tarot back in the 90s, and this is what I did the majority of my reading in. And I don't know if you know, but the Robin Wood, she came out with a book specifically for the deck, where she goes into major detail about everything, like describing the image and every little detail in the image, like why she picked the color of the clothing and why the like crown is gold and blah blah blah. So I mean, it's major details on these. So this is a great one if you work with the Robin Wood. I like to use these two together, or I did when I still was needing to reference books. And then this one I actually think might have come from a kit, because I think it did come from a kit, but I bought it secondhand for $2, and it's Your Tarot, Your Way by Barbara Moore. And it's just a really great book. And it says learn to read with any deck, so that's why I didn't really mind the fact that it's, I forget which deck is originally came with, but they have the images in here. So if you know which deck this is, maybe you could let me know in the comments, because it is a beautiful deck. So one of the books Simon mentioned, I actually really I got because Simon was so into it, and I started. Haven't really read it all the way through, but I do enjoy the book, and that is WTF is the Tarot by Bakara Wintner. Okay. Mangled that name. And then, let's see. Recently, my mom got me this Tarot, Unlocking the Arcana by, who wrote this one? Angelo Nacios. The name's here. I don't know if I'm even getting that right, but so let's see what next. I have quite the pile of stuff here. Let me just. There we go. Okay. If you want to see what multiple authors think of each card, this Tarot Dictionary and Compendium by Jana Riley, is really incredible. Like, I love it. This is a really good book because, let's see if I can get a good page for this. It's kind of hard because there's a lot written up in here, but so here's Justice, just as an example. You have all these different authors' take on the card. So instead of having to look through multiple books, you have all the information in one spot. And it's these are the authors that are quoted in here. And each card is like that. They have, I forget how many authors are in there. Like 15 authors per card and what their interpretations are. And that includes Crowley and Aikens and Pollock and Waite and Barbara Walker and Mary Greer. I mean, it's everybody, almost everybody. So this is a great book. I cannot recommend this one enough. I recently got the Connolly Tarot and realized that they had books. So I've gotten 2 of the books so far. I have the Tarot for a new handbook for the apprentice. And then I also got a handbook for the journeyman, and that's Eileen Connolly for the Connolly Tarot. And then there's a third one called Handbook for the Master Part 1, but I haven't gotten that one just because, well, it doesn't have the best reviews online, so I didn't know if I would actually get anything out of it. So I kind of just left it be. If you're interested more in like Tarot history, this one is a great one. Cynthia Giles. I am mangling all these names. Sorry, everybody. So we got the Tarot, History, Mystery, and Lore. And this is a great book because it's not about the meanings of the cards. It's about, it explores the history of Tarot, where it comes from, and how it's been used. A little bit about like the mysteries of like where it comes from. So it's just it's more for anybody who's academically inclined, because I'm a big old nerd. God, what else do I have here? Let's see, what's next? So you can also find books that are specific topics, and I'll go through just a few of the ones I have. I know multiple people do not use Tarot reversals, but if you'd like to know more about reversals and using reversals in a reading, I cannot say enough about this book by Mary Greer, forward by Barbara Moore, and it's the complete book of Tarot reversals. And I've been so lucky in finding these books used. I got this book for $3, which, what? So that is like, that's a go-to if you read reversals. Seriously, like all it talks about is reversals. Even all the pictures are reversed. And then this is if you have a hard time with your tarot quartz. So it is by Ethne Dawn. She's a great. She has a YouTube channel that is pretty good, but she also does a tarot summer camp, which I'm signed up for this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. But if you need to know more about your quartz, you have pages and pages per card. They talk about the astrology, the archetype, in love and relationships, at work and career, indicators that you are a Queen of Swords judge archetype, Queen of Swords strengths, Queen of Swords shadow side, Queen of Swords archetype in a tarot reading. If the Queen of Swords comes up in a position that requires an outcome action or the next step forward, so it goes into like major detail for every card. Well, every court card. And the thing that I actually really enjoy about this deck is that each court card has images from different decks, and each time it's different. So that's from the Triple Goddess, and that's the Mucha, Muha. The Bad Bitches Tarot, Mucha, the Steampunk Tarot. Like they have pictures from a ton of different decks, so that's great. This one I got recently, and that is Tarot for Self-Care. And because I'm a healer and acupuncturist, I just thought it would be really great to start including tarot in my treatment of people. So just as an example, here's the moon card. They talk about interpretation, the moon reverse, but then they also, each card has this little block right here, and the self-care card activity. So they have self-care for mind, if you're looking for self-care for mind. So mind, body, and spirit. So just as an example, the moon, if the moon comes up when you're asking about self-care, for the mind, it's consider big decisions carefully. Don't make any large purchases until you've thought them through completely, or sign any contracts without thoroughly reading and understanding all of the terms. For mind, so it's self-care card activities is what I was trying to say. So body, the moon has very serious energy. Lighten it up by laughing, watch a funny video clip, read your favorite comic, or listen to a hilarious new podcast. And then spirit, make sure that people in your inner circle have positive energy and intent. Ask yourself, do they have my best interest at heart? Do I feel good when I'm around them? If the answers are no, limit your time spent with them or consider moving on completely. And it's all of them are like that, including, jump back here, so even the minors do that. So like 10 of Cups, let's see what their self-care activities. So if you get the 10 of Cups when you're looking for self-care activities, so mind, be present and take pleasure in every little beautiful thing as self-care. Write nightly in a diary or journal to remember every detail of your day. Body, try out a new skincare product. Take a deeply hydrating facial serum or nourishing body lotion. Spirit, celebrate your accomplishments. Whether you just bought a house, got a promotion, or paid off a loan, take a moment to honor how far you've come. You're doing great. It's just pretty amazing stuff. And let's see, they do have a specific reading for self-care. I just need to find it. So let's see. Yeah, they do the Celtic Cross. They have a Celtic Cross the week ahead. So there's like 1 through 7 for the days, and then the 2 are overall theme and advice. And then this is the week ahead self-care for your body. And then there's elemental. So yeah, it's this is a great book if you want to use tarot for self-care. It just helps guide you through exercises and things you can do for yourself. Let's see, what else do I have here? I have Psychic Tarot by Nancy Adonucci with Melanie Howard. And that's using your psychic abilities in conjunction with the cards. So that's more about for people who are psychic or mediums or channels, how to use the cards as a tool for your skills. So it's an interesting read for sure if you're into that stuff. Another one similar is by Emily Peach, Tarot Prediction. Again, I got it for $1. And this one I haven't really read through too much. It I don't know, it doesn't really capture my attention very well, but and technically, and now that I'm flipping through this should be in the Marcel pile. Then we have the Spiritual Tarot, 78 Paths to Personal Development by Signe Eccles, MS, Robert Mueller, PhD, and Sandra Thompson. So, let the ancient power of Tarot illuminate your path in life. So, I am a health and wellness guy, as you can see by these kind of things. And then, just because... Actually, did I get this one used? Yeah. This one I got used as well. It's the Complete Idiot's Guide to Tarot and Fortune Telling. I got it for $3. I thought it's worth that much. And it has some interesting stuff to say. It does. It didn't really capture my attention as well as other books, just because it's like going through stuff that I already kind of know. But they do have, upright and reversal write-ups. And the great thing about this book is tarot readings any fool can do, and they have like a whole section on readings, so that's one of the things I liked about it. Different spreads, and there's a lot of spreads in here actually. Ooh, goodness. Yep. And then they go into a little bit like palmistry and other things like tea reading, mahjong, tarot and your psychic powers, using tarot cards to help you understand your dreams, tarot and astrology, tarot and numerology. So it's good. It's got a lot of really good in-depth information. I guess I should sit down with it again. It's hard to sit down and be reading something that says Idiot's Guide. So I don't know. It's just me, I guess. I don't want to be an idiot. And then this one's very interesting. I want to use it a little more. It's another one that uses the Robin Hood deck, which I know Becca really doesn't like the Robin Hood deck at all. But so it is Turos Bells. Unlocking the magic of Tarot. The key to your future is in the cards. Turos Bells presents practical ways to create positive changes in your life using the power of the Tarot. No elaborate rituals or tools are required. Your spells can be as simple or complex as you desire. All you need is an open mind and a deck of tarot cards to attract love and romance, improve your finances, encourage good health, enhance creativity, overcoming obstacles, develop psychic awareness, yada yada yada. And that's by, how do you even say her name? Janina Renee. So that's an interesting one. They go into, so here's one for change. And like I said, it's totally Robin Hood Tarot that they use for this deck. They tell you, pull out these cards, and then here's how you use them to meditate, and there's like an affirmation thing you're supposed to say, and then So it's different ones. It's different spreads of 3 cards for specific things, and each one comes with meditation, visualization, a guide, and then an affirmation. You're supposed to. This call affirmation, but in reality, it's like a spell that you say out loud. Getting down to the end here, finally. I don't even know how many deck cards I just went through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Alright, and then there's that book. Almost forgot about that book. I was thinking about doing this professionally, and so I have a few great books for the professional tarot reader. This one is Professional Tarot, The Business of Reading, Consulting, and Teaching by Christine Jeanette. That one's a little outdated. I think it came out in the 90s, I want to say. Again, I got it used. I think I got it for like 25 cents or something. And that came out in 2004. Yeah, so it's a little dated because things have changed, obviously, in the world. And then this other business book by Jenna Matlin. She used to be Queen of Wands Tarot, but now she goes by Jenna Matlin Tarot. Jenna Matlin Intuitive, something like that. And it's Have Tarot, Will Party. And this is all about doing tarot readings for parties, corporate events, bachelorette parties, that kind of stuff. And this is great because it goes step by step in setting up your business. And then in the back, there's these appendices with all kinds of fun little pre-written stuff. Like, let's see, here we go. Sample proposal letters, sample contract, sample host letter, sample receipt, general disclaimer if you want it, because sometimes you need to put a disclaimer up depending on what state you live in here in the States. Party pack list, like here's a list of everything you need for the party. General party reading spread, like here's a quick and easy spread if you got to if you're only doing 15-minute reads per person. And then like a little thing about after the party, which is a cool little thing with free PDFs. So this can be found on Amazon. I highly recommend it if you ever want to do tarot reading for parties. And then finally, I have this book here that I've talked about in Simon and Becca's lives. It's called The Wheel of Destiny, and it's by Patricia McLean. Tarot reveals your master plan, and it's thick. And the funny thing is, this whole book is all about one reading. And what it is you take the 22 major arcana out of your deck, shuffle them together, and let me see, I just need to find the image here. Where is it? Here we go. So, losing papers. You lay out all 22 cards in this pattern. Here's the bigger version, but this is so you can write out which card is in which position. And then the book itself goes chapter by chapter, and each chapter is the position. So each chapter is one of these positions. So number 1. And then it goes through what all 22 major arcana would mean if it landed in that position. And that's this thick book. And I did one for myself just to try it out. And it was pretty in-depth and gave a lot of insight. And they recommend you do it when you've gone through a big life change to see how your destiny has changed. And it's The Tarot Reveals Your Master Plan. So we'll end on this one. This is, like I said, a book for one specific spread that uses the 22 major arcana. And for me to do just this one for myself, it took me 3 hours to fill it out. So yeah, a little crazy. But like I said, it gave me a lot of insight into myself and my path in life, and it's an interesting book, to say the least. So I think that's all my tarot books. I think I might have left a couple upstairs that didn't really call to me for this, because I think I pretty much covered the basics with all of these. No, I just noticed I got this one secondhand as well. I forget when I got it, but I just noticed it's actually signed by the author, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know what you think. I know I kind of went through this kind of fast, but I felt like I had a lot of books to cover, and I didn't want this video to be overly long. So let me know what you think, if any of these books called to you, and what you have in your library. That would be great, because I'm always looking for more knowledge, more information. I am an academic nerd. So, anywho, hope this was good. Thank you for watching. Until next time, aloha.